Let us show you another set of spine-chilling stories in the world of horror literature. Today we will discuss the iconic book series that has haunted readers for decades. Scary stories to tell in the dark. So dim the lights, settle in, and prepare to be scared. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is a 3-book series written by Alvin Schwartz, with illustrations by Stephen Gammell. The series, first published in 1981, has captivated readers with its collection of folklore-inspired horror stories, urban legends, and campfire tales. These books are more than just stories. They're a gateway to a world where your deepest fears come to life. The series includes 3 books: Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and Scary Stories 3, More Tales to Chill Your Bones. Each book is filled with terrifying tales that are perfect for reading aloud in the dark. These stories have become very popular among many young readers. One of the most famous stories from the first book is The Big Toe. In this story, a boy finds a toe sticking out of the ground in his garden. He pulls it out and takes it home, where his family decides to cook and eat it. Later that night, a ghostly voice calls out, "Who's got my big toe?" The story ends with the toe's owner coming back for what's theirs. It's a classic tale that plays on the primal fear of being haunted by the unknown. Another unforgettable tale is The Haunted House. A preacher stays in a haunted house to confront the ghost of a murdered woman. The ghost reveals her killer, and the preacher helps bring the murderer to justice, ending the haunting. This story is one of the best that shows Schwartz's ability to create tales that blend horror with justice, leaving readers both terrified and satisfied. And who could forget the red spot? This story, found in the 3rd book, tells of a girl named Ruth who gets a red spot on her face. It grows and eventually bursts, releasing hundreds of tiny spiders. It's a story that will make your skin crawl, and one that has left. While Ruth slept, a spider crawled across her face. It stopped for several minutes on her left cheek, then went on its way. "What is this red spot on my cheek?" she asked her mother the next morning. "Looks like a spider bite," her mother said. "It'll go away, just don't scratch it." Soon the small red spot grew into a small red boil. "Look at it now," Ruth said. "It's getting bigger. It's sore." "That sometimes happens," her mother said. "It's coming to a head." In a few days the boil was even larger. "Look at it now," Ruth said. "It hurts and it's ugly." "We'll have the doctor look at it," her mother said. "Maybe it's infected." But the doctor couldn't see Ruth until the next day. That night Ruth took a hot bath. As she soaked herself, the boil burst, where out poured a swarm of tiny spiders from the eggs their mother had laid in her cheek. These stories, along with the haunting illustrations by Stephen Gammell, have left a lasting impression on readers. Gammell's artwork, with its mysterious and strange style, perfectly complements Schwartz's spine-chilling tales. Each illustration is a masterpiece of horror, capturing the best of the story and adding an extra layer of terror. The Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark series has faced controversy over the years. Some parents and schools have challenged the books due to their frightening content and disturbing illustrations. Despite this, the series remains popular and continues to be a favorite among horror enthusiasts. The controversy only added to the book's mystique, making them even more irresistible to young readers eager for a good scare. In 2019, the series was adapted into a feature film produced by Guillermo del Toro. The movie brought some of the most iconic stories to life, including The Big Toe, The Red Spot, and Harold. This adaptation introduced a new generation to the horrors of Schwartz's tales, blending nostalgia with new thrills. The film follows a group of teenagers who discover a mysterious book written by Sarah Bellows As they read the book, the stories come to life, and they must confront the horrors within to survive. The film skillfully combines elements from different stories, creating a perfect and terrifying narrative that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. One of the most terrifying characters in the movie is the Jangly Man. This character is a composite of several stories from the books and was created specifically for the film. The Jangly Man is a grotesque, contorted figure who brings a new level of horror to the story. His unsettling appearance and inhuman movements make him a memorable villain who haunts the protagonist throughout the film. In the film, the Jangly Man's severed head falls down the chimney of the Mill Valley police station. After his head falls, he awakens and says, "Me Tai Do T Walker." Chief Turner, who witnesses his head fall, is frightened by the Jangly Man and starts shooting his head. But this doesn't kill the Jangly Man. His other body parts fall down the chimney afterward, and they attach themselves, forming the Jangly Man. After coming together, the Jangly Man snaps Chief Turner's neck and throws him at Stella Nichols' jail cell, killing him. The Jangly Man then enters the room where Stella and Ramon Morales are, creepily walking towards Ramon's cell and eventually shoving himself between the bars of the cell. The Jangly Man yells at Ramon and attempts to grab him. Ramon is fortunately freed by Stella, and the two escape the police station, while the Jangly Man struggles to break free from the bars he's trapped in. The Jangly Man somehow manages to get free from his predicament and goes outside into the pouring rain. He chases after Ramon in Chief Turner's car and gets on the roof of the car before violently smashing its windows until getting onto the car's hood. Ramon intentionally crashes the car into a truck, trapping the Jangly Man once again, while Ramon escapes and goes to the Bellows house. The Jangly Man struggles to escape before detaching himself and reattaching himself back together. He follows Ramon to the Bellows house, where they come face to face with each other. He holds up Ramon, though Sarah Bellows ends her curse before the Jangly Man can kill Ramon, causing the Jangly Man's body parts to collapse, freeing Ramon. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark has left a lasting legacy in the world of horror. Its blend of folklore, urban legends, and terrifying illustrations has made it a beloved series for generations. Whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer, these stories are sure to give you chills. The series not only entertains, but also taps into the universal fears that we all share, making it a timeless classic. The book series is more than just a collection of scary stories. From campfire tales to Halloween parties, the stories have become so popular and even have passed down from one generation to the next. The success of the film adaptation has given an extra spark to Schwartz's work. By bringing the stories to the big screen, the film has introduced a whole new audience to the macabre world of scary stories to tell in the dark. It has also sparked renewed interest in the books, leading many to revisit or discover them for the first time.